Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and it would appear a rather potent organization of governing bodies here. We have a group referred to as the G7. It is a spooky squad of some of the most powerful countries on the planet that have gathered in a group of seven and are making decisions on how they want to go about their decision making. And one of them is really prominent on establishing a more, stable baseline for the upcoming regulatory systems that need to be implemented for the cryptocurrency movement. So some very powerful governing bodies here adopting Bitcoin and blockchain technology. It would appear some very crucial changes to the current economy are upon us. And so, my opinion, increased adoption is very bullish here. Increased utilization is very bullish. We've been covering on the channel many instances of some very, powerful multi-billion-dollar conglomerate companies getting involved in blockchain technology, whether it be NFTs, the metaverse, Web3, or direct Bitcoin accumulation. Crypto has just been, really making some very powerful moves lately. Drop a like on the video if you like the video, and be sure to subscribe. Check out EngineeringRobo for free with a link in the description. We're going to look at Bitcoin here. We have the buy for Moon and Golden Cross Robo advisors. We're going to recap real quick. EngineeringRobo members already know what the buy for and Moon back in July. Your investment into Bitcoin experienced 48% in upside. With the buy for and Moon throughout October, your investment into Bitcoin experienced, 33% in upside. And with this combination of bearish robo advisors, the infamous sell for and heck bearish parameter met in November, allowed you to save yourself from the 42% in downside that proceeded to affect the crypto market here. It would appear you were able to take profit near the $57,000 level, and you were able to reinvest at my support level near $34,655 per Bitcoin. A very nice and spicy bottom here that may be forming. However, we always go with the flow of the confirmations and watch out for EngineeringRobo. So we have been invested into Bitcoin ever since interacting with my support level back in January, where we invested 20% of our investment ratio into Bitcoin. We had that 50% invested when the buy for and Moon was reconfirmed throughout the beginning of March. And the remaining 30% was invested when the daily candle opened and closed above the descending trend line on the 23rd of March. And since then, we've been anticipating continued gains here for Bitcoin. Currently, we are getting slapped around by all of the key levels here waiting for us as we head toward my initial short-term target for resistance. $58,202 per Bitcoin is going to be the most significant level of sell pressure waiting for us in the short term here locally. However, I do believe a soon-to-be revealed six-figure target is more likely to be a appropriate top here for us. Whereas right now, I do believe sideways is still in play until we've broken all-time highs and perhaps retested them as support. We are currently trapped in a year-long sideways phase here. So right now, experiencing the prophesized pullback and retracement, interacting nicely with $44,000 per Bitcoin, which appears to be the sort of, top of what was previously resistance, where traders were selling and taking profit throughout January and into March there. We have price action breaking above, reconfirming it as support, and then perhaps, continuing its way upward here. So we may return to my pink zone of strange range here. It is rather unlikely, but not impossible, for us to interact with this descending trend line that would perhaps correlate with my multi-$1,000 range here between $42,000 and $40,000 per Bitcoin. Just a hilarious zone we have visualized. However, the most significant levels are going to be my support level within the $34,000 range and my resistance level just before 60K, $58,202 per Bitcoin. So Once you have a strategy, you can go about it more tactically. We always go with the flow of crypto confirmations and watch out for EngineeringRobo. Let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto. So a senior official from the Bank of Japan, a member of the G7 nations, warned the other members of G7 that a common framework for regulating digital currencies needs to be put in place as quickly as possible. And so the G7 refers to the group of intergovernmental political forums made up of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Some very powerful governing bodies on the planet Earth here. The head of the Bank of Japan's Payment Systems Department told that using stablecoins makes it very easy to create an individual global settlement system, which would in turn make it easier for nations to evade more traditional and regulated payment systems that use the US dollar, euro, or yen for settlement. A sense of urgency is paramount if the G7 nations are to effectively coordinate regulation of cryptocurrencies and digital assets, as the current regulations do not fully consider their growing adoption and proliferation throughout the world. Finally, we consider it important to prepare thoroughly to respond to the changes in circumstances in an appropriate manner from the viewpoint of ensuring the stability and efficiency of the overall payment and settlement systems. Here we have it, folks. A sense of urgency is, highly implied here for these very powerful governing bodies to implement cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, stable coins, it would appear, is going to be a rather useful technology they would like to implement across a more global scale, separate from central bank digital currencies. Their stablecoin that they're referring to seems to be something that they could use internationally, and it would be a more agreed upon type standard. And so rules and regulations, can't live with them, can't live without them. I do believe some sort of parameters do need to be in play for these multi-billion-dollar conglomerates to be getting involved more confidently and to have a more strategic approach, because right now I do believe a lot of fear is present around the regulations currently in play for cryptocurrency that are preventing a lot of the adoption that could be in play currently. But during all of this highly unregulated time, we've been seeing some very, very interesting and potent adoption in the traditional economy for cryptocurrency here. So big moves, in my opinion. Let me know down below your thoughts on this article. Find it in the description. Looking at Litecoin, we're going to recap real quick in case you didn't know. EngineeringRobo members already know, but utilizing the currently in play buy for Moon and Bull Robo advisors, that combination of bullish parameters met in July, your investment into Litecoin experienced 65% in gains. Utilizing the buy for and bull throughout October, your investment into Litecoin experienced 63% in gains. Utilizing bearish parameters met in November here saved you from some crippling downside that followed with the sell for and heck bearish robo advisors. In November, you were saved from a dramatic 52% correction that followed Litecoin over the following months. Before bullish parameters were met from EngineeringRobo here, you were saved from losing half of your investment if you chose to take profit. So now we have been reinvesting back into Litecoin based on bullish parameters and EngineeringRobo here, it would appear. Ever since the daily candle opened and closed above the descending trend line on the 17th of March, we invested 30% of our investment ratio here at the $111 level. We invested 50% when the bull and buy for was confirmed around the $122 level, and we are awaiting for price action to return to current support at $114. That is where the remaining 20% of your investment can be invested into Litecoin there. If we never make it back to that level, $165 overhead currently is resistance. However, once daily candles open and close above that, you can, attempt to invest your 20% support-based investment ratio at that level. Whichever one comes first, that's why we have multiple parameters met and multiple different points of entry rather than jumping all in at one price. So we always go with the flow of the confirmations and correct accordingly. Feel free to take profit at my resistance levels along the way up, aforementioned 165 in addition to 272. However, we always remain 50% invested until EngineeringRobo becomes bearish. Alrighty, so the fear and FOMO zones here, we have been forecasting a six-figure Bitcoin, more reasonable top in my opinion. And so while we have been mentioning roughly 170 or so $1,000 per Bitcoin is a reasonable top, the FOMO zone has adjusted and it would appear a new potential top for Bitcoin is $176,000 here, a far more reasonable price target to be heavily considering taking some profit on Bitcoins because you've been accumulating ever since the fear zone here. This is used for longer term investors to be getting in and out of Bitcoin. So coming from the fear zone back in 2020, price action has experienced a dramatic would appear 900% in gains, a good 10x over the following couple years here, and we have yet to see the FOMO zone, and that would be an increase of roughly 2,481%, roughly half of the percentage we experienced in gains the last time we went from the fear to the FOMO zone in previous bull runs, which we've gone into more detail in other videos, but we will return to in future ones. But at the moment here, we do anticipate continued gains. We're far too close to the fear zone, far too close to a very basic support level, in my opinion, and on the brink of an upward breakout from a full year of sideways price action and accumulation. Someone has to buy the top. You are heavily suggested to be taking profit up at the $170 or so $1,000 level. Someone has to buy the top, hopefully not yourself, because you're buying here during times of extreme fear. But let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe here on YouTube. Check out EngineeringRobo for free with the link in the description. Let me know in the comment section a coin you'd like to see in the next video, and tune in for the next one.